you. You want to get something else? All right. Woo! In the studio, we are here on Believe Radio, which is a 24-hour inspirational and gospel music station, amongst others. The Eyes of the Conscious Soul with Sistah B. Mellow brings to you every first Saturday of the month from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. the Cafe Le Bleu Lounge, where there are 15 to 45-minute segments called The Corner. Each corner has a blueprint that is unique of its own. So we always ask you to vibe out to fireside chats and be inspired by affirmations and inspirational messages. The corner could be the artist talk, which we have today. We showcase musicians, poets, singers, dancers, film producers, authors, comedians, gospel and R&B rappers from around the Bay Area to across the globe. They share their creative process and their lived experience. The other part of the corner could be Why I Dream. We highlight and honor the inventions and creative work of brilliant minds, along with geniuses from our past. We are preserving African American history and culture in order to keep our legacy alive. The other part of the corner could be She Who Believes Takes Off the Mask. This is where we hear from individuals sharing their personal testimonies to what the Lord has done and is doing in their life, which is inspirational messages. Also, we are highlighting golden lights affirmations to impart healing medicine in the soul of the brilliant minds of today. Every second Saturday of the month is the Medicine Hour with Mr. George Pearson, founder and producer of Education is the Best Medicine. This is where we believe building a better tomorrow starts with us. Topics we cover: health issues and concerns, healthy eating habits, education, financing, and politics in the African American community. We believe taking care of our temple, mind, and spirit is essential to having mental wellness, healthy eating habits, and knowing that healthy thinking leads to a healthy way of living. Every third Saturday of the month, we have Education is the Best Medicine, hosted by the founder and producer, Mr. George Pearson. Education is the Best Medicine is a 501c3 nonprofit charitable organization, which is community-based health education, advocacy-based, and a resource-based organization that uses public media, resources, radio, newspapers, and church-based community health fairs to provide health, information, and education. We believe the vision is the art of seeing things yet unseen and bringing light to a very dark world. Every fourth Saturday of the month, we have the Lights Out Straight Talk Youth and Young Adult radio show with my co-host, KJ, aka the Prince of Hearts, Diego, the Doc, and the Voice. And this is where we have real talk conversations with individuals, organizations, community leaders, business owners from around the Bay Area to across the globe, talk about the differences they are making in their community. Every fifth Saturday of the month is called Voices That Care. This is where we talk about reentry, and we also bring in folks to talk about reentry, and then we also highlight mental wellness. But today, again, you are on the Eyes of the Conscious Soul, the artist talk, in the absence of my co-host, Mr. Brandon Rose, aka Rosenity. We just want to give prayers out to him and his family. But I love you and hope and wish the best for you. We will see you soon. But today's theme is We Are the Essence of Greatness. And this show is in honor of my parents, which is their heavenly birthday and their heavenly, passing away. My grandfather, grandmother, aunts, uncles, and these are the shoulders that I'm standing on. And most important, the Lord and my ancestors, our ancestors. We are so grateful and thankful because I know if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have the opportunities that I have today. And like I say always, my platform is you all's platform. Whatever we can give back to our people and serve our community, this is what it's about. And I was talking to Damien earlier, and you guys know this. I say I'm a servant. I'm just a servant trying to do my part. I screwed up things in the world and in my community, and I'm just trying to give back to, making sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Yes, that's right, baby. We are blessed and we're grateful to have this opportunity. But I am so grateful and thankful to have this opportunity to these young men. This is why I do the work. They fill me with the spirit and with the fuel I need to continue to do the work that I'm doing in my community. Just to hear your stories and the work that you're doing in the community. Hey, this is the essence of greatness. Good, bad, ugly, challenging. Our story counts, and we're never going to let anybody take that away from us. As I was sharing earlier, I could tell it more than you could tell about what I've done, what I've been through, and the whole nine. Yes. So, on that note, I want to say kudos and thank you, Mr. Kells, for being here. Tell Absolutely. Us who you are and say kudos to the family, because the family like, wait a minute. Kudos no, they didn't go out and say nothing about us. But go ahead, babe.
Kudos to the family. Thank you, Ms. B, for letting me be here. This is definitely something that I was looking forward to and want to contribute in every way that I possibly can, especially for you, because you really are here in the streets and you really are here for the community. And anybody that's pushing as hard as you, like I'm rocking 100%. So late notice, short notice, no notice, last minute, it's good, right? Like I'm always going to come through and support, period. So yeah, no doubt. So my name is Kells. I work for the Ella Baker Center for Human Rights, located in Oakland, based in Oakland, 34th and International. And I am a youth organizer. I am a campaign person. I am a policy person.
That's right.
And member organizer for the Ella Baker Center.
I want to give kudos to a shout out to my sister Marlene Sanchez. Hey, that's my sis.
Shout out Marlene.
Yeah. And Mr. Damien.
My name is Damien Rozell Pope Jr., aka Rozell the Bar. From Richmond, California. Again, blessed to be here. Ms.Barbara, definitely blessed to have this opportunity to be on the radio show and even speak about this theme too, about the importance of our greatness. Like, it's so it's so important. Like you said, we had a little mini conversation outside before, and it's God is calling us to be in these spaces, calling us to not just speak but also serve. And so it's important to be able to had this opportunity, and for the first time, like I'm on a radio show host. I love it. And I'm just
give kudos now to the family now.
Right. I want to shout out my family for sure. Definitely my sister, because them Tauruses. She's your older sister too, so she for sure be keeping my head straight. She keep me grounded. My nana, my big mama, my great grandma.
Hey,
big mama, I'm blessed to say I got big mama.
Yeah.
And my friends for me, it's like my chosen family, so I'm grateful for them as well. I got one that's has a baby on the way now, so I'm blessed for her, and
bringing in greatness.
Right.
Hey.
So yeah, I'm thankful for the sisters and the brothers in the community. Most important, and God first and foremost. Okay. I thought that goes without saying for me, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
That's right. Well, like we were saying earlier, this is our story is about. Before I go there, as I was sharing with you guys before, is that we have so much phony things that's going on in the world today. And, we going to keep this lit. We going to keep it real. Yeah. And this is the only way I know how to be. Yeah. This is how I was brought up. Mr. Howard, Willie Howard, which is my dad, that owned Wendy's Cheesecake Bakery in San Francisco for over 50 years in the Bayview district. And as I was saying, everybody knew my dad. He'll give you the shirt off his back, but he was straight real. Yeah. And we had to not be phony, because he's like, you're not going to serve your community being phony. You can't do that. You can't even be yourself being phony. So, I know people like different ways of interviewing, different ways of doing things, but the call that's on me is the way my ancestors and the Lord told me to do it.
Keep
is the
it
way.
lit.
Keep it lit. Hey, that's right.
Keep it lit.
Keep it lit. And I'm gonna keep it lit. And that's what, you know, being authentic and being yourself is what it's all about. So we tapping into our greatness, and we are the essence of our greatness. And I'm grateful again to have y'all. So what I want to ask you, I know the work that you're doing in the actual community, but you both are artists.
Yeah.
You know, you spoken word artists, and that's my, you know, I'm a spoken word artist too. So, you know, my brains and everything light up. And that's why I got the name Sistah Be Mellow. You know, so I used to play with a jazz band, and they played spoken word behind me, you know, and I was doing the poetry thing.
Right.
So Brother Maestro in San Francisco, and it's the Curtis family. Pull them up if you guys get a chance in the Bayview, but they do a lot of different things. The mayor has them come open up for different things for them. So but Brother Maestro Brian, and he gave me the he said Sistah, he called me Sistah, and then he said, you know what I'm gonna call you? Be Mellow. And I put the Sistah in front of it. I'm like, hey, Sistah, Be Mellow. And I've been rocking that for over 20. I just turned 60, just had a birthday, June the 21st. And hey, still out here. Yeah, thank you.
Sure.
Yes. And then you know, so for 60, I would say I was like 24 doing this work, you know, doing the 26. No, 24, because I didn't have any kids. Yeah, 24. So I've been in this game doing this for a minute. I started off with HB in San Francisco, and then I went to morepublicradiointernational.org. They had radio, they had AM, FM, and online, Mr. and Mrs. Woods. Then I went to Yale Radio with Yolanda Littles, and then now I'm here at Believe Radio. So, you know, God has been like on this journey, and I've been doing just this, bringing in folks from the Bay and uplifting them and sharing what we doing. You know, I getting everybody else, but what about our locals that's taking care of business right here in the town and taking care of business of doing what we do for our community? So I say that to say, your artistry, what inspired you to be the artist? Before we go there, the background of your upbringing and who you were, you know, who you are. Give me a little bit, folks, a little taste of while we at our greatness, and we talking about the essence of our greatness, because of the challenges and the different things where I've been, and what folks know my story, you know, where I've been, what I've done, and the things that brought me to where I am today. And why I'm actually serving my communities, because I did some things that wasn't cool in my community, and I wasn't me, you know. And but how challenging was it growing up? I want to go with that first. You know, what was the story? Then anybody can start.
I say
and share what you want to share. You know, this is what this is about.
Authenticity for sure. And but I definitely could say my upbringing was very a little sporadic. I grew up, you know, Christian church family on both sides, you know. So I've been in church since I was young, you know, since I could barely dress myself, you know, I was getting dressed up to go to church.
That's right.
My dad had passed, unfortunately, when I was 4. So that really led to a lot of stuff happening with us moving, going to Richmond, you know, that's mostly where I stayed at. From there, you know, my mom had to take up the mantle of working, providing for the kids, you know, being the single mother that she was now.
Kudos to mom.
Right. Kudos
and
to
family.
And my
everybody that pitched in, tipped in, all that.
Exactly. So for me, that was really the foundation of it. And then like really it got deeper, I think, into my early adolescence, into almost high school era, like from middle school, like I'd say probably 6th grade to high school. That's really when my reality kind of shifted again. You know, first shift was me losing my dad at Ford, a motorcycle accident out there in Oakland near East 82nd Avenue. And after, you know, to 6th grade, my mom's mental condition started, you know, manifesting. And so having to be in the place of, okay, I'm lost one parent. My other
Yes.
parent's still alive, but it's like I'm slowly losing a piece of her.
Yeah.
You know, and to go through that as a young age, I'm talking
Yeah.
about 11 to like it's really first manifested, you know,
Okay.
till today, still going through this, but still making progress. And God has, you know, healed her. He has definitely brought her back. And he's given her the tools she needs to function right now. So that was pretty much one of the hardest parts of my upbringing. It's just trying to live with that.
At,
you know,
at your age,
parent at my
Jesus
age, you know,
Christ.
like, and still go through school, still not be depressed, not be, you know. So that's when I really have my running. I'm like, God, you there? You know, like,
look at here. You know what's going on over here.
You know, so yeah, that's when it really first started. And really, besides, I don't have anything else. Like, that was my main upbringing. And
that's right.
The dad and the mom combination, like both of those, really, I feel like shaped me into who I am. And I don't blame either of them for their decisions, but I'm just saying they're human, you know.
Yeah.
And I made solace with that, and you know, I'm at peace with things
there we
right
go.
now.
Yes. And for you, Brother Kells?
Yeah. So you said what was the most challenging aspects of growing up? Yeah. So I'm from Louisiana. That's where I was born at, actually, but I was raised in Los Angeles.
Right.
And so I would say like it was a few different things that was very challenging about my childhood. One of them being not fully, how can I say it? I'll say it like this. So my mother gave me up to my auntie to raise because my auntie was unable to have children. And so at the time, of course, I had no idea. I'm an infant when this happens. But when I am told that I'm being raised by my auntie and the reason for it, it was like, okay, I didn't really
understand.
Well, no, so I didn't really feel any way about
it.
Right?
Got you.
Because it was like, this is the person who I've known to be my mother.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't really how do I actually feel about this?
Yes.
But subconsciously, it did have an effect on me because just thinking about the mere idea that I'm not being raised by my biological mom, there was like
a void.
So mostly like it was some hurt there because it was like I'm not like what's wrong with me? Like I'm not good enough for you to keep or even to fight for.
Right.
To where it's like I'm not gonna give you my child. You my sister. I love you, but I'm not gonna give you my child. Like, I'm not gonna do that.
Right.
But I still was like, okay, I understand like why it happened, and that's fine. But again, subconsciously, like it was taking a toll on me.
Right.
And it showed up in wanting to feel value, wanting to feel validation, wanting to feel seen, wanting to feel heard, because I'm being raised by somebody who technically isn't my mother.
Right.
And so I started to get involved in the streets a little bit just as a young person. And so that whole thing was like very tough, like very hard, because it just always felt like I wasn't good enough in some capacity for you to just give me away.
Right.
Now, I don't blame my mother.
Yeah.
Right. But for the choices that she made, it was just wanting to like really just understand it.
Yeah.
Right. For my own closure.
Yeah.
Right. To be like, why did you just give me up like that?
Right. You know? Right.
So that was the thing. Right. And that's a whole nother story, because that actually led to like my incarceration at a very young age, right? Because I started to act out and all these other things. Other aspect of it, my childhood was I was bullied. Right? So
me too. I
was bullied as a young person, and the interesting thing is I've always wondered about our community in particular. With the bullying is Black people have always had issues or problems with our people being intelligent.
Watch yourself.
Right, like I don't know where it comes from.
Exactly.
Like I've studied art history enough, right, and I'm still like studying other aspects of it. But like that's one of the things I can never like put my hand on.
That's good.
As to like why
that's good.
Black people have always had an issue with us being intelligent. Like you, like
because we come from greatness.
Yeah, because like I was very smart as a young person. I was on TV.
Wow.
Math competition.
Wow.
I've been skipped a grade. Right. Yeah. I was an honor student. All these things, and so, but I was bullied for it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you're a nerd. Like it wasn't okay to be a nerd. Like, right. That's like you will want your children, your young people to be intelligent, to be smart. But it was a problem with that. Like we always had an issue with that, and so I got bullied for it.
Right.
And as I got older, I started to bully people because
that's good.
Hurt people. That's kind of like
that's right.
what it is. And so, but mostly I was doing it because I wanted to fit in.
Yeah.
Right. Where it was like, I don't want to get bullied, so I'm going to dumb myself down per se. Right. And
we do this to the children all the time.
And I'm going to make sure that I start bullying people because I want you to like me. I want you to like me. I want y'all to stop bullying me.
Yes.
So I'm going to bully others. I didn't bully people physically, right? I bullied them verbally and emotionally because I knew that that stuff would hurt 10 times more than anything.
Words are alive.
Person physically,
yes,
right? Because and that was something that I learned in my home, right? And how we communicated with each other. That things that were said to each other, it will hurt. And so it's like playing the dozens, right? Like bagging on people, talking crazy about these things hurt a lot.
Yeah.
Right. And so that was a thing. And then I would say the other aspects of it was just growing up in poverty.
Yeah.
Right. Like our people have been redlined so many years ago, right? That's a whole other story.
Right.
But
but it's the truth.
Yeah, it's the truth, right?
It's the truth.
We have been put in conditions that we have no control over, right? Housing was so hard for Black owners, for like Black people to become Black housing owners, right?
And they redlined
it. Right? Made it extremely difficult.
Yeah.
All these parameters.
Still today, too.
All of these different things that make it so hard for us to own our own stuff.
That's right.
And then we get marginalized. We put in these communities that are undesirable, right? Black people move in, white people move out.
That's right. White flight. Yep.
Now, it creates like this desperation, right? Like this like this feeling of hopelessness. And so when you are surrounded by poverty and you're only surrounded by your people who's dealing with the same things, you can't really see outside of that.
That's
and because you can't see outside of that, you're going to attack or try to take advantage of what's in front of you, right? Which is your own people. And so dealing
by design.
Yeah, absolutely by design. And so when you are dealing with seeing your people homeless, when you are dealing with seeing your people on drugs, seeing your people in gangs, seeing your people in prostitution, that has an effect on you as well. Because if you don't have the support that's needed in order for you to be like, I'm in these conditions, but I can still come out of these conditions, you will become those conditions, right? And so like those three things right there was like really challenging as a young person going up there. Like,
wow. So community, I'm hoping you are following what we're talking about and what we're sharing today, because we are dealing with this right now in our communities and keeping it real. If we don't talk about it, if we don't share, then we still gonna stay where we are. And being able to elevate ourselves and sharing the information is that somebody else to say, oh, that's where I am, or that's what's happening to me right now. But because of the conversation, they went through it. I can now go through it, and I can get up and I can get out too. But never like replacing our people. But we are here to make sure that we elevate each other. And when you were talking about the dozens and playing that is so true and real, that we have to dummy down ourselves. So community, we got our children, your children are going through this right now. You know what's happening. So we want us to make sure that we take out time to make sure that we counteract what's going on in the schools, what's going on in the community with our young folks. And I was done like that in high school. I had my teacher tell me that I wouldn't be anything in life. So that was even though I came from a loving home, even though I came from dad telling me, and always inspiring, always optimistic, always the whole nine. But because I loved that actual lady, I was listening to what she was saying, and she brought me in front of the classroom. So,
wow.
that being, and I'm in 12th grade, 11th grade. So her saying that, I vowed to after that, I spiraled out of control, just wilding out. So, but that feeling of somebody disrespecting you and saying that hurt. And I vowed that nobody under my watch or whoever I am involved with would never, ever feel like that. That's why I do what I do. That's why I'm telling people your story counts. I know how that hurt me. And I don't want other people and young folks I work for y'all. I'm with y'all. Y'all are the future. Older people, y'all already know. I'll do what I can, but y'all generation, y'all who I work for, I'm living and dying working for y'all. So, and I know why I'm here on this earth. It's for y'all. It's for y'all and the young ones. And it's crazy because it brought it back full circle for me. I started with young folks and young adults. I'm back. It's crazy how the Lord works, and he's like, get back where your heart at. You already know what time of day it is. Come on. People already grown. They're going to want to be what they want to be. Don't waste time. So not saying anything disrespectful, but to get with the future is where, and give them the platform. That's what I'm about. Right. And like I said, we out here, we battling, boy. We on a battlefield. Yeah. We ain't no time to play. No, we ain't got no time to play. And the cool thing, what I love about, I got soldiers. Absolutely. The people that I'm walking with, y'all are soldiers. I'm like, this one I'm that. Yeah. I'm that. And as we were talking about earlier, I can be professional when it's that time. But I get down when it get down, and I can be me. Yes. And that's I was sharing earlier. Be your authentic self. And that's the part of where I'm coming back with the creativity and how you are and what kind of artistry you're in, because spoken word is powerful. Words words start rumors of wars, or it can set some. Come on, go speak. Y'all go ahead. This y'all show. Y'all go.
First was the word. What they say.
Hey, and the word is, y'all creativity, your artistry. And I'm looking out and I'm looking up, because it's the ancestors they giving me. They're speaking through me. Mm-hmm. And that's what I open myself to. And a lot of people that know me, they know she ain't going crazy. No, I'm just tapping in, because like I said, this is not about me. I don't want it to be, never, ever want it to be about me. Yeah, right. I want it to be about what they want and what's needed. Because all this other bull crap, I ain't with that, No, but with your artistry, how did you get started? What inspired you? What's the how did we get there? How we get to where we are?
So like with music, so I started, I want to say 7th grade, right? I was going to Drew Middle School. Right?
Where? In San Francisco? Over here. LA. Okay, got it.
Firestone over there.
Got it.
And so our teacher, her name was Ms.
Kudos.
Right, her name was Ms. Fordham.
Mm-hmm.
She was so bad, right? I don't know how, like, she was bad, right? And so she was like, "You want to do a drum team in a drill squad, right?" I'm like, "All right, I'll do it," just because she asked me, right? Like, yeah, I'll do it. I wasn't caring about nothing else. Okay. It was just like, you asking, I'll do it. It's good, right? And so she went and she bought all of the drums.
Oh, wow.
Right? She bought all the uniforms for the girls.
Wow.
And she had like a bunch of tapes. Right? And so the first time we all got together, she had the drums and she had the tapes. And we sitting in class, and I don't really know a whole lot about music at this time, but just listening to it, right? Mm-hmm. And she's like, "So we're gonna learn how to play drums. The girls is gonna learn how to dance and all that." And so I was like, "I have a question." right? Because I've always been very, very like inquisitive, like I always ask a lot of questions. And so she was like, well, what's your question? I was like, are there any like music to like read? Like how are we gonna learn how to actually play these drums?
Right.
And she was like, you been listening to those tapes? I was like nah, like why would I be listening to these tapes? She's like, well, that's how you're gonna learn to play.
Whoa.
I was like, what do you mean? I'm gonna learn how to play the drums, listening to tapes.
Yeah.
She was like, yes, that's
different way of teaching.
Yeah, this is how we're gonna do it. And I was like, I don't know. I don't feel too confident about this, right? Like I'm starting to backpedal. Like I already know about this. You're like, listen, it's gonna work. Like it's gonna work. And so I listened to the tapes, and we started to just play by ear. So we would come to the class. We had our own little space, and we would put the tapes on. We would listen to the tapes, and then we would start just playing by. So everything we heard, we would just start playing it, and then folks were just figuring out if they were a tenor, if they were a bass, if they were a snare. Like people was just picking up.
Look, I didn't even know that's all that a part of the drum.
Yeah, and so people were just figuring out like, okay,
that's
I feel
dope.
like I'm good with this. I feel like I can play this. And over time, we didn't even need the tapes. We just now had sets, right? Or we just had songs.
That's good.
The one song that like stick out that I remember like fluently, right, is Good Times.
Yeah.
And so we used to play like Good Times, like that was our go-to song that we played. We had other songs that we played, but Good Times was like where I learned how to actually play a drum without ever reading sheet music, like never, right?
So powerful.
And so doing that, we were on TV. We went to the Roses Parade in Pasadena. We played. We was in competition against high schoolers. We were in junior high school.
Wow.
Right. So we were smashing all the other little junior high schools. We were in competition with high schools. We came in like 4th, 5th place, one of the biggest high schools. And I ended up getting the attention from Locke High School. And Locke High School is very well known in LA and really within the HBCUs.
Wow.
Because Grambling recruits from Locke High School.
Wow.
They recruit from that school. And so when I graduated from Drew, they wanted me to go to Locke to play drums. Right. And then eventually I can possibly go to Grambling or go to Southern or Texas A&M, like whatever, to go play drums.
Yes.
But I ended up getting arrested.
Yeah.
Right? And so that didn't happen. But I still had like the spirit of music still like flowing through me.
Right.
And so when I was in juvenile hall, I had a cellie or roommate, rather. His name was what was his name? I can't remember his name. He was a light-skinned dude. He was from 40s, neighborhood 40s, the gang in LA. And he was like, man, this how I pass my time. I just be writing.
Wow.
And so I was like, all right, I'll try it. But I'm not really no rapper, so I used to just beat on the tables for him and he'll be rapping.
Whoa!
Right? And so I tried writing a couple of times, right? It was trash. I'm like, man, this ain't really it. I'm not no rapper, you know what I mean? Like I suck, right?
You got something I want you to do.
And so like I had rapped and it was trash. I didn't really like it. And so I kind of like stayed away from it all the way up until this was like 1999. That's when I got arrested. So I stayed away from it all the way up until about 2007. And my one of my partners, whose name is Boo, but they call him Asian Boo. He from the Dubs. He from Oakland. And he was like ridiculous. Like I'm talking about the rawest like rapper I've probably ever heard. Right? Like he was nasty. And so he was like, man, you should just keep writing. You'll get better. Yeah. And I was like,
see, he inspired you instead of somebody talking about you.
Yeah.
That was somebody that tapped in and say, hey, this is what you can do. And that's what we were talking about, what we need. But go ahead.
Yeah. And so he was just like, man, if you just keep writing, like you're gonna get better.
Yeah.
And then also too, when you write, make sure that you get on songs with people that are better than you, because it's gonna elevate you. And so he wanted me to get on a song that he had did to T.I. beat, which was the ASAP beat, but he did it to like the Mortal Kombat theme. You know the game Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
The game Mortal Kombat, right? And so he had this theme where it was like finishing. And he got on and I'm talking about rip. And I was like, bro, you want me to rap after this? Like, man, hell no. Right? Like, I'm not gonna rap after you just did that. He was like, bro, I'm telling you, that's how you gonna get better. So I had wrote something. I went and got a dictionary. I'm trying to write it. It sucked, right? It sucked. Well, I kept it.
Right.
I kept it, but it was trash, right? And so he was just like, man, just keep writing, just keep writing. And so I kept writing, and then I started listening to Lil Wayne. This is when Lil Wayne was like mixtape Wheezy, like when he was dropping all these different mixtapes.
Right.
And so I kind of got into writing a lot of metaphors and
that's the beauty of words.
Yeah.
That like, metaphor is cold.
Yeah. Metaphors and double entendres and triple entendres and punchlines and all that. And then it started to slowly like morph into like substance, right? Where I was talking about more of like my own little struggles of what I'm dealing with in prison, my life prior to prison, just growing up in the neighborhoods and all of that stuff. And I want to say like 2013, I was in CMC and I wrote like my real first like conscious song, right? And it was to
you got it today.
Eminem's beat.
You got it. You got something for me. If now we got Damien, he's about to spit something too.
Yeah, nah, for sure. But like it was just.
But this ain't your first time. Y'all last time gonna be on the show, so
of course not.
Y'all be back.
But I don't have it. Like I just have like the words, right? I don't have anything to it, but like. It was to the song that Eminem made called "Stand," right? With because it was, I think it's one of the folks from the Beatles or whoever it was, Paul McCartney, somebody. It was their song that was a sample. And so like that was the first like real conscious rap that I had wrote, and I shared it with my brother Maserati E. Shout out Maserati E. He was like, "Bro, this is dope." Like from what you shared with me prior to, like. You made the jump, like this is nice, right? And I was like, I'm gonna keep writing around this stuff. Yeah. And then I started to listen to Kendrick, like early Kendrick, right? But I've always been like a huge hip hop fan, so I've been like listening to a lot of conscious stuff, but like personally, just having like a more of an impact on me. Right. I started listening to Lil Kendrick and seeing what he was on, so I kept just start writing a lot around like just conscious music, right? My own experiences, right? Like just all of the real stuff.
That's right.
None of the.
That's why the show
stuff is
the eyes of the conscience soul.
Yeah, it's it's fabricated. Yeah, you know what I mean. So none of the fabricated stuff.
That's
like,
right.
I ain't never had $1 million. I ain't never had no Hummer or Lamborghini. I ain't never had none of that stuff.
Let's keep it real, right? You know what I mean? You will. I mean, you will if that's what you want.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But it was just like. This isn't real stuff, you know what I mean? Let me start really rapping from the heart.
And that's what
from the heart. So
that's the key right there. That we already know certain things you have to do. That's making money, and that's what we want our youth to know. The music that you hear, they have to write it because it's about making money. Right. The backstory to it is that you gonna get paid, you know. But the conscience rapping is on a whole nother level. But you got to be ready for it. And we get it, but there's a reason why people are saying what they're saying. And like you said, some of them ain't never seen the street in their life. They writing ain't never went to the streets, ain't never been on nobody's corner, ain't never sold nothing. But you are
monetized,
right? You
monetizing people's struggles.
Okay, ain't never been there. Ain't never been in the church all your life. Ain't never been, I'm just kidding, but still, for real. You ain't never been in that. And thank you for sharing, but I'm gonna let you continue. However, before I go there, Believe Radio. Thank you for tapping into Believe Radio, which is a 24-hour inspirational and gospel music station. The Eyes of the Conscious Soul with Sistah Mellow brings to you every first Saturday of the month is the Cafe Le Blue Lounge. It's just the artist talk where you can hear Why I Dream, She Who Believes Takes Off the Mask. And then we have the second with my co-host, Mr. Brandon Rosenity. He always say, "On my mama, Miss B, we bringing in hood scholars to do the work." So I'm like, yes, we got hood scholars in here taking care of business, town business. So with that, I want to say every second Saturday of the month, we have the Medicine Hour with Mr. George Pearson. Every third Saturday of the month, we have Education is the Best Medicine. Every fourth Saturday of the month is the Lights Out Straight Talk Youth and Young Adult Radio Show with my co-host, KJ, the Prince of Hearts. We have the Doc, Diego, and the Voice. And every fifth Saturday of the month is called Voices That Care. And this is where we bring in folks talking about reentry and mental wellness. They had to pay the bills, had to get the shout out, had to say that part. But again, today conversation is about we are the essence of greatness. This is what we are tapping into. We have our Bay Area young adults in here that just go, they mad. I'm telling you, it's as he said, nasty in the streets. It is the work that they're doing, the consciousness that they're bringing to our community and to the world. This is the vibe. This is what I be vibing on. This is a high. This is my high now. I don't get high no more. But this is my high. I get high off of bringing in and hearing your stories and sharing your artistry in the work that you do. We know Mr. Damien Pope got some spoken word for us today too. So, and then your AKA is
Rozell the Bard.
Rozell the Bard.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, and then we have Mr. Kells. Yours is
Just Kells.
Just Kells. That's it. That's the vibe. Just Kells. I like that.
Kells.
Go ahead, Damien. And then before we go there, share a little bit about what inspired you to start with the writing too. Go ahead.
So poetry, my art really started for me, I want to say in high school. I want to say high school, junior, senior year. That's when I really got connected, coincidentally, to a teacher. I was taking this radio broadcasting class. Spanish radio broadcasting.
Okay.
And it was through that class actually that I discovered this one really dope channel on YouTube called Button Poetry, and they do amazing open mics.
Oh wow!
And I was like,
we getting ready to do some open mics, y'all. We about to do that. We got some stuff. Boom.
Yeah. So I heard a couple artists out there, and I was like, wow, that's powerful. I want to try it. I want to try something like that. So,
right.
And also talked about my mom. Like, it's crazy because around the time I started writing was around the time she stopped with her mental illness, manifesting. Yes. So it's definitely a gift from her. I get that from her without a doubt, because I've seen some of her work and I'm like, wow. So it's crazy. I wrote like a piece in high school about my stage, my depression, how I was going through. But my poetry for me really didn't start until I got with another artist who was my ex at the time. She was an artist as well. Right. We wrote poems.
Kudos to you too.
Right, kudos to her. We
gotta get credit where credit is due.
Got the boat rowing.
Got the boat coming.
So I started some poems, and like even after that ended, like poems, she inspired a lot of poems, and I was like, okay, I need to keep going. That really just opened the floodgates. Really. Yes. I was like, okay, now you got it. You can't just wait on. That's one thing I had to learn in people in my life. You can't just wait for people to be like, look, I'm gonna wait for somebody so I can get on this radio show. I'm gonna wait for brothers so I can get on this open mic. I'm gonna wait you so I can start. That I would always say, but I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just start writing.
Just do it.
I'm just gonna start writing. So from there, it's been up. Went to my first open mic, I think in 2022. I want to say 2022. And from there, it's just been skyrocket. Like God has really opened the door. Yeah. This year, especially, like I'm just like, man, even just he's been confirming to me, like, look, this passion I put into you, this gift I put into you.
The essence of greatness.
This greatness that is greatness. That can't be defined by no other person. That can't be taken away by no other person.
Come on.
Like, this could be something you are using to manifest your dreams. Like,
come on.
I got 2 opportunities paid for my first time getting paid for my poetry. I'm like, what?
Okay. And then you just graduated from Laney and you getting ready to go and you getting ready to go to Morehouse College. Yeah, you're on your way, man. Look, don't forget this thing when y'all get on y'all. I'll be like, no, hey, go ahead.
And then even I just got, God will really put you in places in positions when he's supposed to be there, because he all the tools, like even speaking that I was a keynote speaker.
Yes,
for the
you
Black
were.
Graduation.
Yes, I was there.
So it's like God will give you the tools to utilize and to actualize your dreams. And I'm a firm believer. I always say God doesn't call the qualified.
Whoa,
He qualifies the call.
That's right.
God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the call. So he gave me everything I needed. Yeah, I'm talking about communication classes before I was supposed to give that speech as a keynote speaker.
Come on,
I'm talking about set you up with the right connections, with the right network. so that when I get into that position,
that same thing with brother, with you at Elevator. You know, all of what you went through was for that.
I'm telling
you. Go ahead.
So like they will give you the tools to really sculpt your future and sculpt your life.
Yeah,
like, man, I'm just eternally grateful for that, you know, and just like even being able to use because this for me, poetry for me is more than just I'm just writing some words that go together, that sound nice, that sound good. This all, you know, I think bro gonna enjoy this. No, I'm writing it because it's from my heart. It's not I'm not writing it
before you go there.
This one, this gonna be the one.
That's
this
right.
No,
before you go there. Pastor Larry, when we was at the Juneteenth, and you was up there, Pastor Larry and I was going like, look at him, he in the zone. He was in a zone, boy. He was on that bike. I was like, oh. But that's it. Go ahead. The zone is it.
It is.
I'm telling you. Go ahead, babe.
Just for me, it's just about spitting my authentic truth. Everything I write, I tell people all the time, everything I write comes straight from the soul.
Yes.
Like it's from things I've experienced, things I've witnessed, things I've seen other people experience.
Yeah,
you know?
Okay.
So all of this stuff is true. I don't drop no names or nothing, but
right.
Truth and like I mean, I got stuff from talking about anxiety, through depression, through doubt,
real everyday stuff,
everyday things you go
that
through,
people need to hear. Our community need to hear what we're talking about. We're trying to heal people, inspire them. Exactly. No, this ain't we ain't wasting our time over here. I wasted enough time in my life.
I'm telling you.
You know, I ain't got no more time to waste.
No more time to fake it.
And
no more time to waste. No more time to fake it. They say you fake it if you make it. They say you fake it till you make it. I don't know if you fake it, you don't make it. You know, I'm serious. Like it's time to drop the act, drop the facade. And because you ain't got nothing to prove, but nobody but God. That's the only person I'm trying to prove anything.
That's right.
At the end of the day, you know,
that's
like
right.
you said, the people that mind,
say
that the people that matter
don't mind.
The people that mind don't matter, and the people that mind or don't matter. Oh, I'm sorry. Y'all get it. The ones that's really here for you are going to be there for you, are going to represent you, are going to uplift you, are going to speak life into you, are going to invigorate you. The ones that's stripping off of Miss Howard, she like that, but. Be like, no, like if you gotta shuck and jive and hide any part of your identity, the way you think, the way you move, that's probably not your circle.
Anyway,
you know? That's probably not.
Say that again.
You can't change the people around you, but you can change the people around
you. Woo!
So at that, you know, and that note, I really have to learn that you can't change people around you, but you can change people around you.
That's right.
You know, so
but you got you in control of that.
I'm telling
and
you.
see, that's your power, getting your power back. We talking about come on, we snatching it back. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm asking.
Give it back. I already know I'll let you have it.
Right.
But no, it's mine.
Exactly.
It's mine.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna be selfish for it. It's mine.
I'm telling
you. Know.
So
because if I'm not using it to tear you down, if I'm not using it to come up, then you know my power, me having power, and you having power, and us having power together, we making it lit. We got a fire going on.
Come on now,
and that's what we're trying to do. This is what we're doing.
And I think what people have to realize too is me being in power and you being in power.
That's what you're talking about.
You being in power. That don't stop my motion.
No,
y'all being in power ain't stopping nothing. I ain't stop my power.
We on the road,
you know,
together.
So that's what people gotta understand. Like,
that's it.
For me to be great, I don't have to hate. I don't have to.
That's right.
Down.
No,
I don't have to. Oh, hold on. Let me not tell, bro. It's at this address.
Right. Come on
now. Everybody trying to block other people's blessings, and you know, God's looking at you, shaking your head. Like,
right. And you just barely got to yourself.
Bro, you barely let you know. I'm gonna take you on the way. You know,
okay. Like, so I tell people all the time.
Together.
There we go. It's no competition. It's called collaboration. You know what I'm saying? We ain't about no competition. It's enough out here for us, and that's what they want. Like you said, the environment. That's what they want us to do. Is to make sure everybody's competition. No, you in your lane, I'm in my lane. I tell you this, and I do it all the time. If that ain't my lane, that ain't my expertise, I ain't faking it. Hey, that ain't. I'll find somebody to do. That's your lane. Okay, you come on. Can you help me with my? And it's okay.
Right.
You know, I don't have to feel like no, that ain't what I do. Mm-mm. That's not me. Mm-mm. And then you do more harm than you do good. So, like we said, that's why we can. This puzzle, this life is about putting pieces together.
Come on.
It's not about taking the pieces out and because you do this, I don't want you. No. Right. And I'm not going to talk about you.
Right.
And because you had a problem with somebody, I'm not going to have a problem with them because they ain't did nothing to me. So I ain't with that. You know, it's like, no, we here. You do you, and we all. It's enough, people. It's enough for everybody. Go ahead. You got a piece.
Right, I definitely do have a piece. You said something though. It's like, okay, yeah, that it brought to my mind. Like, and that's the thing. Like, you have to realize when you realize not everything is meant for you. You can do anything, but that don't mean I'm going to do anything.
That's right.
I have anything. That don't mean anything is for me.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And so when you're operating in your truth, you are like a magnet. You are gravitizing every good thought, every blessing, the people that's meant to be for you. When you operate in your truth, you operating in this falsehood that you want people to perceive you as, and it's like you keep wondering why you keep getting people that ain't meant for you, that ain't that's blocked, that
relationship in the whole
blessing, that's blocking your blessings.
Okay,
you know, like I have people really that will block your blessings if you're not careful. They just you. Most of the time, it ain't you, but it ain't just you. It can be other people too. You know? So, but when you operate in your fullness, your authenticity, other people feel they like, well, it's something about it. They said he ain't got nothing to hide. Bro, he humble. He ain't trying to beat me down. We ain't not in competition. We in collaboration. I got to stay connected to that, brother.
That's right.
You know, I don't want no. I don't want, I don't want that. I don't want that. Who Beverly coming over? Oh no. I don't want that. You said John? No, tell him I'm here. You know, like no. I want people like your name,
right? Okay.
Your name, your identity. We are our own brand.
Yeah.
How you representing yourself? How you representing yourself when you walk out them doors of your house?
You are your own brand.
You your own.
That
brand.
is good.
Like it.
That's
so
right.
When they hear name, when they hear Damien Rozell Pope Jr., when they hear Rozell the Bar, they gonna say, "Oh, okay, yeah." He got something. It's something on him. There's something, you know.
That's right. That's right.
Yes. I definitely do have a piece too.
Okay.
Let me see. I have to pull my phone. Unfortunately, really quick.
That's all right.
But there's short pieces. I have one.
That's all right. Do the short piece.
I want to do. And it's called "I Cannot Be Tamed."
Let's go. Keep it lit. Let's go.
I think it's on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
It goes like this.
That's right. Center.
I cannot be tamed. The meaning of my name is untamed, which means I will not be kept in the places where I'm the only one doing the keeping. Damien. It means to tame or subdue. In other words, I was born to be a conqueror. Which would you prefer? Cultivation or resignation from my life? You block my blessings long enough, I won't blink twice. I'll carry on and live my life. I cannot be stopped, only delayed. But the end goal remains the same. This pain will serve as fuel to the fire. Won't be driven by worldly desire. No, see, I set the bar much higher. This ain't chutes and ladders. I'm not finna lower my standards for those who can't meet them. I refuse to be defined by anything undivine. I seek to refine this heart of mine. Blank pages left to fill in my journal. I'll write my own destiny with my blood, sweat, and tears I shed through the years as the ink to serve as a reminder. I can't be stopped. What hasn't killed me forever changed me. But if I'm honest, it's what made me the man I am today. The man who will conquer every trial set before him. For the sake of my family, I must break these generational curses. Tired of seeing loved ones in hearses. But I gotta learn how to swim first. If I attempt to save others without being capable of if I attempt to save others without being capable of sustaining us, we'll both drown. I've learned that before I can conquer the world, I must first learn to tame myself. Now that right there, for me, it's like I really looked up my name. That's what it means to tame or subdue. You know, I was literally born to be a conqueror. You know, I gotta be able to conquer my own mindset, my own inner demons, my own, things that's holding me back, my habits. Like that's what I'm trying to overcome. You know, the version of myself that's keeping me stagnated. You know, that's keeping me on that lower frequency, on that lower vibration. You know, so for me, it's about being more than where I have another show. And is that okay?
Go ahead.
I have another. I'm sorry. This one, I'm like.
And did you have some, Kells, or did you? Well, I'm gonna have you
brother Kells, you gotta bless us.
Is that you?
Yes. Wait, no, actually, no, I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and turn my
while y'all doing that, thank you for tapping into Believe Radio, which is a 24-hour inspirational music gospel station, along with amongst all other advertisement. We just want to go on Believe Radio website, and you can see all of the work that we do all across the world and across the Bay Area. The Eyes of the Conscious Soul with Sistah B. Mellow brings to you every first Saturday of the month with my co-host, Mr. Brandon Rose, the Cafe Le Blue Lounge, which is the one part could be the artist talk, Why I Dream, She Who Believes Takes Off the Mask. Every second Saturday of the month, we have the Medicine Hour with Mr. George Pearson. And then we have Education is the Best Medicine on the third Saturday of the month. And then the fourth Saturday of the month, we have the Lights Out Straight Talk Youth and Young Adult Radio Show with the co-host. We have KJ, the Prince of Hearts is his AKA. And then we have Doc, Diego. And then we have The Voice. And then on the fifth Saturday of the month is where we uplift and we bring in individuals that talk about re-entry and mental wellness. But today, you have tapped into the Cafe Le Blue Lounge called The Artist Talk. And I have my guests in here today. And our theme is we are the essence of greatness. And we are here to inspire, to encourage, to motivate everybody to walk in their purpose and their dreams. And just know that don't be a hater. Vibe on who you are, your authentic self, and walk into your greatness, because there's a lot out there for everybody. There is enough. We are not about competition. We are about collaboration, and we fitting our pieces into the puzzle on this journey. And I have my Mr. Kells, I have Damien in here today with me, and these young men are hood scholars, and they are taking care of business in the town. So, but we have Damien is going to hit us again. We're going to light it up.
And this one, I think both of these really fit the theme, so it's hard for me to choose.
It's okay. It's okay. Time flies when we having fun, boy. Time is almost over, but that's all right. We got like 5 more minutes, but we're gonna keep it rocking keep it rocking, and you guys will be back on the show for sure.
Ashe.
So
this one's called More Than Enough.
More Than Enough.
When I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put the ways of childhood behind me. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11. Everything I'm blessed with, I received from God up in heaven. And now I've come to realize that in some people's lives, I was the blessing. Not in disguise. Because what and how I give, most might criticize. I only offer conditional love. Conditions being trust, honesty, accountability, loyalty, and love that's being reciprocated. I have no time for simply being tolerated. My growth with you must be instigated. And although I'm no longer asking for the world, I understand I am valuable beyond measure and have to set boundaries to who has access to me. I'm raising the standards for me and will no longer bathe in low vibrational energies. I'm on a cleanse, and I only want pure souls around me. No longer will the enemy try to drown me in comfortability. I recognize my needs. Ain't no begging on my knees for somebody not to leave. And this throne sits a king. Though his crown may have been crooked, because the world somehow shook it, Jesus gave him his power back. So he took it. No more looking back to the past, because my future It's an arms grab.
He went crazy,
She's like, woo. She's like,
crazy.
She heard out the beginning. She was like, I know where this going.
Yep. Oh my God. I hope you guys can feel what we doing up in here in this studio. The vibe is so high. The frequency is so freaking high. Our ancestors is up in here riding with us saying, yes, this is what we talking about.
Right. They hooting and hollering up there.
We are spit game out here. This is what we supposed to be doing for our community. It ain't no hating. We are here elevating. And on that tip, I definitely want to say the Elevator Center for Human Rights, they are elevating. This is what we talking about. And then homies empowerment, the Freedom School, and the work that we're doing in our community. This is the vibe we own. We and what you working with and who you working with. And you about to go to Morehouse, and this is what we talking about. We ain't got time for no, you know, it's about being real. That's why it says the eyes of the conscience soul. What's up with you? What you bring into this world? Where's your greatness? What you tapping into? Yeah. We have so much to tap in, and then society wants us to, like you said, to be on this low vibration. They want us to argue, fuss, and fight with each other, and be in conditions. But in that, this come greatness. You know, struggle, challenging. That's where your greatness comes out. And I've learned that with my 60 years. It's like the stuff that I've been through, that was just a stepping stone for me to look back and look at and say, in some cases, that's not what you want to do anymore. You don't want to be that. You don't want to be around those kind of people. You don't want to, not say that those kind of people, but you love yourself enough to say, I love them too, but I got to get out and do something different. So they can see a light and say, hey, I can do it too, because they know where you've been. They know what you've been through. So if I can just be that, in our nonprofit, it's called BH Brilliant Minds. And people think it's my initials, and it's not. It means begin healing brilliant minds. Tap into your genius. Tap into your brilliant mind. It says, know thyself.
Come on now.
Know thyself. When you know who you are, can't nobody take your power. We talking about giving power back. We talking about standing in power. We talking about our community and the people. We light it up. Let's light it up, all of our greatness and our goodness. And this is what the world needs. We don't need this other stuff that's out here, but they got our minds duped. They got us fighting against each other. They got us like none of that. And then the other part with the mission of the BH Brilliant Minds, it means we want you to take control of your own destiny. And then we give you the tools to take control of your own destiny and to reach your fullest potential in life. We do that through self-awareness, self-development. Then we do that through health and wellness. And then we do that through financial literacy. So we're taking you through this pyramid. That's why you see a pyramid that we have our logo. And in there it says unlocking knowledge. The greatness that's in you, know thyself, know your creator. Can't nothing and nobody stop you. And I've learned that when like you said, when people tease me, when I tell young folks, people talk about me today because my nails are long, because I'm different, but they don't understand that my nails tell my story from where I've been through, and what looks impossible is not. I don't let nobody, because my nails is long and they're like, oh, she can't do this, she can't do that, or this and that. And I'm like, I'll prove to you that I can. Right. You know, so it's a whole nother vibe. It's a whole nother beliefs. It's a system, the whole nine. And with that, what looks impossible, and I tell people, be your authentic self. Don't be nobody else. Be extraordinary, not ordinary. I was already ordinary. I'm not ordinary anymore. I am extraordinary. And that's what you was talking about in that poem. That's what you was talking about in the work and the things that you're saying. This is what we're talking about. I'm on a whole nother level up in her. And I've learned that because I was trying to fit in when I was younger, trying to do these different things and wanting people to like me. And I knew I was different. But I didn't know the greatness and how different was powerful. And that's what's happening with our youth today, is that they want to be like everybody else. And it's like, no, baby, tap into who you are. Yeah. And when you be that's the greatness. And that's how we go. We leave this place. And this is what our ancestors, what they died for, what they was in this hot. We talking about we hollering about the hot weather we dealing with right now. They had full clothes on in the cotton field, bent over picking cotton, and it was you see how hot it was, and they was like they knew a better tomorrow, and that's why the God that they served, they knew in the midst of even going through all of that. They like, it gotta be something better. And I know it is. And I'm just gonna believe that. I'm gonna believe, and because they believe that is why we are here today on this freaking earth. And that's what I truly believe. And I see them eyes pushing us. I can see their hands. I can see them like, I need you. We are their time. Like when they did what they did, they were called at that time to do what they did. We were called for this time to do what we're doing. And I say, until I leave this earth, I pray to God that I am doing what I'm supposed to do. I ain't got time to waste no more. I'm not with that. I'm not, because I have more days behind me than I do in front of me. So I'm like, I'm trying to run this race and do what they did and trying to inspire and uplift. And hey, I'm telling you, this show this is what I live for. This is the vibe. This is like, it fuels me, and I can go for some months now. This is what I needed to fill my soul, to fill my spirit, is to being around you guys and to let you share and talk and we bring what we're bringing to the world is absolutely like amazing. This is what life was living for me. This is why I woke up today. We're asking you, community, be intentional at what you do. You are the foundation of who you are and what the world needs. Please walk in it. We said today we are the essence of greatness. Your greatness is down inside of you. Don't let society, don't let people, don't let things, don't let it take that away from you. Just believe. We don't believe radio. Believe in who you are and what you were called to be in your family, even though we it's toxicity around us, all around us. However, there is something for you to do. It is something for you to do. And to close out with that, I want to ask you guys, just give me, what would be your closing for the community? What would be the takeaway, what you want them to take away from you being on the show today? Because I am so happy that y'all are in my life, that you guys don't even, I'm so happy. And everybody that God has brought at the time is what I needed to do the work that I've been called to do. And I'm so happy. I'm so grateful. Thanks. I'm so grateful to be in your presence. This is the honor for me. It's a privilege and honor for me.
It's an honor for us too. If I can speak for you, it's an honor for us too to be in your presence.
But it's opportunity too.
I'm very grateful that Marlene reached out and made this connection. And now having the opportunity to speak to the community through this platform is a major thing, right? And being able to utilize our voices, right? Like he just said, some astronomical stuff. Okay. You know what I mean? Like he just said, like, I was just sitting here, like, I couldn't really, like, react the way I wanted to because I had the camera, right? Then it'll be all like, you know what I mean? So it was like, let me, you know what I mean? But, I think that it's important that, the way that we're showing up for each other right here, loving each other, supporting each other, right? Inspiring each other, uplifting each other. That's definitely what I would like for our community as Black people to be doing for each other, right? When you see a Black person, say what's up, say hello, say hi. You just never know what that'll do to a person, right? What kind of energy, right? What kind of love that'll give to that person. They could be having a terrible day. But you say, hey man, how you doing? Hey sister, what's going on? Like that'll change their day around, right? Like I have a song that's called "The Power of a Hug," and just
you gotta come back and do that. You gotta,
right? But like it's just the thing that people don't feel loved in our society, right? And when you are able to say kind words to a person, that does wonders for people. Right, because it did wonders for me. Without it being something behind it, I just want to just say what's up to you, say hi to you, because I know that what it did to me is going to do the same thing to you, and that's going to just show some love and make it better for you. So that's what I would do.
Thank you.
Yes. In the top of my head, closing remarks. Something in me is just like, faith is having belief in the things that's unseen.
Yeah.
And when I look at my life, when I look at what I overcome, one thing about me, I was like, y'all not gonna tell me what I believe.
That's right.
Y'all, I believe my mom is gonna be healed. Look at her today. I believe I'm finna go to school, get this degree, get this education. It's happening. I believe I'm finna set foot at Morehouse campus. Like it's right. So even if people don't see the vision that you see, God didn't give everybody that vision.
That's right.
God didn't give everybody that talent, that gift. God didn't give everybody that discernment. So you can't allow nobody to dissuade you on this this world we're in, because we all have the linear track. We all know where we gonna end up.
Right.
Under. That's but what's the legacy you leaving behind that God has put in you?
That's it.
I want to leave behind a legacy.
That's it.
So
that's me.
The audience, what legacy are y'all gonna leave behind that God put in you to see through? It's about you seeing through it. You're gonna have family that ain't gonna see it. You're gonna have siblings, you're gonna have friends, you're gonna have spouses. What you doing? You still on that? You ain't making no progress, but they can't see the progress you made. They can't see the end goal God put in you. So like you said, it's about me elevating myself so I can give back to the community, so I can give back and be there for my family, so I can step into my greatness and not allowing my greatness to be confined to the limited spaces within my mind. I'm trying to see that out. I'm trying to actualize it. So at the end of the day, it's about bringing that greatness, outside of you.
That's right.
We all have the possibility and the potential to be great.
Yeah.
We all have it, but you have to strive for it. You got to pray. You got to do the things you need to do. And most importantly, you got to believe that it's going to be done.
That's right.
If God has called you to it, He's going to call you through it. Yeah. You're going to get through it.
That's
right. I'm standing before everybody on the radio saying, like, man, if you told me I would be here today, I'm like, y'all playing with me. This is a prank. Where the cameras? We'll stop playing with me. Right. This is don't know me like I know me, like God has no, but God has great things in store for you. He just, and last thing I want to say, and I think I told a couple brothers this, is like, God is waiting. There's people waiting for you, audience. There's people waiting for you to step into your gift so you can help them, so you can be a blessing upon them. And that's not even on the selfish stuff, but it's people out here waiting for you, for you to step into your gift. It's people out here waiting that's like, they not gonna have another you.
No.
So they're waiting for y'all to do it. So just rise up to y'all excellence. That's all I can
Thank you. Oh my God. I want to thank my sponsor, Pastor Larry Austin from Elevate Gospel Ministries. And then definitely if you are feeling any type of way for your mental wellness, please tap into NAMI Contra Costa. And then of course, please connect with Homies Empowerment, and then I want them to get your connections, your contacts. Say your contact, but folks can have that, and then we're gonna close out.
Yeah, Kells, you can reach me at for anything that's related to like what I do at the Ella Baker Center. Kells, that's KELLS at ellabakercenter.org, at ELLABAKERCENTER.org.
Thank you. How they can contact you?
You can find me on Instagram, working on the YouTube right now, but Instagram at Rozell, ROZELL, the THE Bard, BARD.
Thank
Rozell
you.
The Bard.
Wow. Hey, we tapped into the essence of our greatness, and I thank you guys once again. And we're so grateful and thankful again to have you here. And I'm excited about the work. People be ready. People be ready about what we about to bring to y'all. Y'all about to be like, wait a minute, who are they and where they come from and what they bringing? But again, we want you to make sure that you hydrate yourself, stay prayed up, and definitely walk in your purpose and your gift. And we're gonna say good night to you.
Right. Definitely gonna need you.
This vibe was so. I'm telling you.
One of my brothers said, "Why going to drop me off?"
Oh wow.